Okay. So so today we are gonna do more refactoring. We'll keep refactoring. So I was going to implement a next combat system, which will use those water fire effects. Yeah. But there was one decision which changed my mind, was that I also want this game to be multiplayer later on stage. And if I don't if I don't keep in that mind right now, that will we make this multiplayer, or like the way we set up a whole thing, that would create a lot of problem when we do want to make it multiplayer, right? So I'm not sure where to start, but yeah. So we'll start from somewhere. So I have. Let me just check where I am right now. So we can flip a tile. Okay, not sure why this is happening. Join manager. That is weird. Data.prefab. Okay, so we go there, here, item data. So tile.data. So they are missing item data for some reason. So let's just fix those. Dude, I don't understand why uh, these are not serializing properly. Like, they should get serialized properly. Yeah, so something like this is okay. So let's start with somewhere. So let's start with the board, right? So board is very important for us. and let's do a board system separately. So, so we have currently just board, which has its data and all those stuff. Like it has the style, which also has its behavior and stuff. So let's start with that there, because I think yeah, that's a good start. So in the scripts, uh, we would create a folder. Do we yeah, yeah, let's create a folder called code system. Yeah, let's do code system. And in the code system, first of all, we need, so basically our whole plan into refactoring this whole thing is to build a system, or not just a system, build a code in a way that our data is separate from our logic, and also the UI or visual part of it. The reason we are going with this approach, we were we were also using that same approach in the earlier version, but it was not separated as much, right? It was still very in mix, and we did not require that because we were not doing anything with the data regardless of our logic, like our game logic. But now if you want to do multiplayer, we need to send our data to the server, and then server would do some logic onto this, and then it would send us the data back. So now we need a system where our data is separated from our logic, so we can do logic onto the server and get the data back and do visual changes on the client stuff. So we need all of three things separate. Right? And for multiplayer, we'll be using netcode for game objects, which is Unity's solution. And yeah, so I'm also keeping into the mind like how they do netcode for game objects, and I'm gonna build architecture around that. So first of all, we're gonna be using like some kind of MVC or MP. So let's start with code model. So we need code model. So this would be just storing our data. It's just like plain data. And so this would not have uh, so the code model. Let's remove this also, and a namespace would change to memory pattern dot code system. So our code model. So we'll close everything else, and we'll just open this board. So we have this styles array, which is a big part of our board. And then we have these functions and all here. A board model does not need time fact file size. Yeah, it should not do anything about that, because that this is everything is visual. We just need this data here. And for tile also we have some form of data here. For example, we have here this tile. So in the board model also need tile model, right? So this both, and so tile requires tile data, and tile data is static. So we can use this static data for populating a tile model. And if we can examine this tile data, it's very simple. It's material and some form of item data. Actually, yeah, tile data is also just enough which you are using. We don't want, yes, we can simplify this much better. So we can something. Let's So tile model, we can only we only want the ID of a particular tile. Let's say we have sword tile. It just need it just needs an ID of, let's say, sword. We can either do enum, also we can either do enum, or we can do integer, or we can do scriptable. Scriptable object currently seems little bit overkill to me. I'm little bit confused here. Okay, so sorry. Let's do what this provides. So what does this provide is what kind of item this tile can provide. So tile also need a reference or indication of some kind, of which kind of uh, item this can generate, right? Which kind of item this tile can generate. So we need that information, and that is visual information related to this, is that what kind of material this tile has, which can use onto our prefab, so it will look like the particular tile. So we can definitely separate a material in different way. So let's currently do, we'll need item model. Let's not worry about item model for now. And let's just do public enum called tile type. I don't think we have any enum like this. And for now, let's just do, I don't like enum because I want some way find why I'm doing this. Let let's not think too much and let's just do tile data right now. We can change this later if we want. And this would be like our static data. So we'll do this as tile data. And let's just make this public. Okay, so tile model is figured out. That's all the tile had in terms of data. It also had a flip. What is method? Yeah, we don't need that. We need is flip. So definitely that is a data which we need. Tool is flip, and our board is just an array of these tiles. So let's do private tile model tiles. We can do this. We can also make this read only. Yeah, I think read only is good enough. So we'll take tile data like this, and is flip would be false. So now in terms of code, so this mono behavior, what we had this will become a board view, right? So let's change this board script to board view. We are just separating data from this. So we have board model. and board view. What we also need is board controller. So this would be the logic. This would be the logic holding part of all the things. And so this would need board model, board view, and this will take in view, and here we also need constructor, which has to take in the size, like the board size. So board model will also hold public int count and will take in vector to int for board size. And with the help of that, we will be initializing roguelike means either roguelike means a game where, so basically you start from zero, you keep playing the game, you upgrade your stats, you upgrade your weapon, you find new weapons, and you do the same thing. But once you die, all of the progress get lost. Right. So now you start from scratch again. And the one part of the game is also the maps and all the stuff are also randomly generated. So when you first play a game, like it randomized the whole map, and now you play that map accordingly. If you die, everything you have upgraded or everything you own get destroyed and you start from zero again. And also the map is newly generated again. So basically there is a lot of replayability in the game. Yeah. So that's what roguelike means. There is another version which is called roguelite. In that version, you can keep some of the progress. In roguelike, you zero, you become zero again if you die. Imagine imagine playing Dota, but if you die, you lose all of your items and gold. That what that's what roguelike means. So currently I'm refactoring my code so I can make this multiplayer also. Okay, so code we have to give the size. For now, we can just later on we'll find some way to do something. I'm okay with this right now. Also, now we also need to initialize the styles, and for that, needs a tile data. This is okay. So for that, what we can do is we'll have initialize or set. We can just do set tile data. Set tiles. Hmm. There are multiple ways to. Okay. This is okay. So board to initialize. So we can get a list of array of tile data, and based on so this is the I'm fumbling. Okay, so this is where our logic comes in. So this is where we used to do this. So, we were initializing tiles, new tile, then we go through all tiles, we define their IDs, we give tile its ID. Oh, we forgot ID. Let's go tile model and also give int read only ID, and our ID would be unsigned integer, so it won't be -1, and we'll do ID. So this would take in you int ID, like this. Okay. So now in our board view, what we used to do here is what we need to do here. No, I don't even want to do this. Yeah, I don't want to do this. Count everything is zero. Tiles, I don't want to initialize there. Yeah, okay, this is good. I like this. I like where we're going right now. So in initialize, this is we'll copy everything here into here, and so now so this both we have to combine them. So here what we'll do is we'll do model dot tiles is equal to new equal to tile model and board count. We also have this tiles ID which we were using for randomization. We definitely don't want to serialize that data, but we still need that. So let's just copy this into a here controller. It, it's a data which we don't need, but we definitely need for this particular logic. So boot size, I don't think XY matters here because it mattered because we were doing this position stuff. but we are not anymore. So it will be just I and port count. We don't need position. Don't need this. Don't need this. No. Uh, no. So here, what we need is a tile model. Tile model is equal to new tile model, and this needs key and data. So here we need data which we can populate here, and for that we had a logic into this setup code. So we will be copying this, and let's just test this here. And now we need get a random item data. uh, get random item data was taking from the tile chances. Okay, so we can just take this constructor and put it here. This is a data which we need. So here rather than tile data, this will have tile chance data. Tile chance data. Now, whatever this method was doing, whatever this function was doing, we just copy this, put it here. So now this gives us a tile data based on our tile chances. So get random item data gets will use this particular array. So we'll pass in here tile chance data, tile chances. This something. So random this requires not that. This requires Unity engine. So now we have this function which uses get random item data, and this would provide us tile data if we give him tile chance data. So now, hmm, too much craziness. Okay, so how do we tackle this? So this is fine. We get random item data. It's not random item. What is this? This is random tile data. and let's change this to random tile data. So it gives us tiles ID. Okay, so we definitely need this array before, where we just do this, right? So we just populate our tiles ID for it to generate data, random data, and then we use that, and then we generate a tile ID. From that, we remove that particular tile ID, and then we use our data, and we don't need this, not this. And here, what we do is model dot tiles dot tile ID is equal to new tile model. So here our tile ID will become tile ID, and we can just give random tile data, and this tile ID is integer. So our tile ID, we know that it should be unsigned integer. Yeah, so that's a change. So this would be unsigned integer. So this would be unsigned integer. So this would be unsigned integer, and we remove this, we copy this, we paste it here, and now we don't need this. So this is how we will initialize our board data, and we also, so currently this is just creating a data, right? We also want this to affect our view, our board view. So we'll be keeping currently all of this method as it is. Show tile ID, it is fine. Toggle all tiles. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, so up till now what we did was only focused on our data. So currently we are initializing our data. We are not reflecting anything in the view. So in the board view, where we have this create board, we can just rename this to initialize, initialize. Yeah, I think we should. So let's just do initialize. And here we can keep track of this tile, which is not just tile. So this is our tile view. Right? So this is our tile view. In the board view, And in the initialize, we have this style model list. We can pass pointer to this. Yeah, let's pass in model. This is where I'm this is what I was worried about. The tile model has this tile data, which has information which you need, but it's not. We did have this set data function. Okay. Currently, I want something to work. Let's do this. So now you initialize our tile view array. We don't actually need this. Here we just need for each. Actually, we can keep this. It is fine. And here we can keep all of this thing. All this thing is nice. We will remove this whole setup code and let's do that. Delete this. So inside this would become public. Important. We won't be calling any of this. We don't need node count. Tile ID is don't need start. Yeah. So we are kind of cleaning a lot of things. High chances also we don't need here. So this would become tile dot length. No need for this. And here we will be just doing tile dot set data, and then tiles dot id dot tile data. And this would get called, yeah. So once we do everything here, we can just do view dot initialize. We can pass in model dot. Now who will call this method? So for that, we'll be needing public class code system. Let's go. Everything works. The ID is working. Cheats are working. Refactor is successful. There's still stuff which you can refactor. There's still logic which is part of the UI. Okay, so I'm we done half of half of the thing. Like uh, so we converted a logic view and stuff separated, but still we have our flipped logic and stuff like this are inside the game, right? And we'll need to change that. Yeah. So I think I'll be leaving this as it is.